It's not a magic pill video, it's not a magic trick video. A very good morning, folks. This is a fantastic Friday morning, and I'm still having the headache, by the way. I have no idea why the hell I'm having it. And this is my little garden where I like to shoot my videos. A lot of plants have withered. Just check out the nice greenery I have behind this balcony. But anyway, let's just jump right into the video. This is not going to be a video where you probably came by looking at the title, right? A couple of mind tricks, a couple of tricks that's going to make sure you don't hit the weight loss of Plateau. Your weight is a standstill or something, and you keep losing weight. So one thing that'll make sure that I want to make sure is that it's not a magic pill video, it's not a magic trick video. It's a real trick. You got to do something. Not a hard thing to do, but you got to do it. So if you think there's a trick going on, like yo, I don't really do anything and I just imagine my weight is gonna lose, I'm gonna be fit and stuff, please, you can skip the video. This is definitely not the one you're looking for. So that being said and out of the way, let's just jump right into it. So I have two things, and I'll jump straight to the point. I have two things that I want to say that you can do so that when you're losing weight, you keep losing, and then you don't really get stand still. You keep losing it. Your body fat decreases. You lift more weight, stuff like that. So two things. One is that first I'll go in a series. Actually, there are two major things, but I wrote them down. So one is that your goal. Now you gotta have some quantifiable goal, not something that you're imagining. Okay, that doesn't work. So for example, you should not think that I'm going to lose weight. If you think you're going to lose weight, then write it down. Don't keep it in your mind, because your mind is going to play tricks with you that it's been playing for so long, and it's going to make you forget that. Make it a lower priority thing. So write it down. That's your first thing. And now that we have it out of the way, next is, when you have your goal, you make it, as I said, quantifiable. So what you see here is non-quantifiable, that I'm going to lose some weight. I don't really know how much that is. I mean, lose weight, okay? And someday. So see, some weight is something that never shows up on the scale, right? Does it show some weight someday? No. And someday is not on calendar. So you got to put these things actually with some quantifiable figures. So these dates are just imaginary, but your dates would be different, but you put the date, okay? So if you have a body fat percentage machine with you, that's fine. Otherwise, just forget this last thing. So you just say 81 kg. That's my goal. That's what I want to hit. And that day, that's when I want to hit it. You might be unrealistic at the first time, and then you fail, and failure is just part of the success. So what you do next time, you probably give a bit of slack, not a lot, but still write it down, right? So point number two is that you always write down your goals. You don't just keep them in your head. Now, let's move on to point three. Actually, 2 points, but kind of elaborating those. So this is another thing. Let's say you have set your goal, and then you're going to the gym, you're working out, and then you're eating proper food. But then what you end up doing is that slowly, because that's also another trick our brain plays with us, is we slowly imagine that we are still losing weight, which we're not. I mean, if your frequency of measuring weight is like once a week, then there's a lot of gap in there, and the weight can bounce back, come down. I mean, we don't really know, but your mind will definitely tell you, you're losing weight, you look cool. You stand in front of the mirror, and it's the natural instinct of our brain to tell us that we look good, right? That's why we're fat and we don't look good, because our mind tells us we look good. So don't imagine that you're losing weight. You need to monitor things, so you have to write that down as well. Because what happens if, let's say yesterday, you had a dinner with your friend or some party or something, you ate a lot, and you came back home, and while sleeping you thought, that's okay, just one day, it doesn't matter, but you didn't write it down. The next thing happens is that your brain tells you you're still uh, in line with your goal, you're walking on the same path. It doesn't tell you you've deviated. Something needs to be there to tell you that you've deviated so that you can go back to your track. So that brings to the last thing, that you need a chart like this. And some of you might already by this time think that these things we already knew. Then it's great. I mean, if you knew this, it's great. I'm not going to talk to you something that I'm not having any invention here. I don't have any patent on this. This is something we all know. I'm telling you, this thing worked for me, okay? And it still does. So what you need to do is to measure your weight twice. Morning, evening. If you have a body fat percentage machine, cool. No, doesn't matter. Just keep the weights there. And date-wise. So do not. Now here's the thing that I want you to be very firm about. Do not skip a day. You can skip your gym. You can go to a friend's and have food. You can have a cheeseburger. But don't skip this. Why? Because if you don't skip this, and if you see this the other day morning or that day evening, that what's my weight chart here, how am I bouncing, then the cheeseburger that you had, I'm guaranteeing you're going to tell your brain, just get out of here. Just get out of my way. I got to lose weight, and you're deviating me from that. That's why you need this chart. See, the thing is, our brain generally operates on an autopilot, and it wants to keep us safe. So it wants to keep us feeding things, right? So when we stop taking a lot of food, we go to exercise and break muscles, it's not really friendly for the brain. So its job is to tell you, everything's cool, have one more cheeseburger, why not? This thing is your guideline to grab your brain out of the autopilot and tell it that, hey, I'm operating you manually. And I want my weight to go down, so I'm skipping all the carb today. So that's the thing. You need this thing. So see, as I promised, there is no magic trick going on here. We are not Harry Potter, or this is not Hogwarts. Does it look like Hogwarts? It's just Bangalore. So, but this thing, if you try, I'm just requesting you one thing. If you're trying it, you probably know it works. If you haven't tried it, just try it once. This weight Plateau and this weight loss Plateau, and then you gotta work out more and all that. Those are crap. It's not there. It's just that your brain tells you to slow down. Your brain tells you to deviate from your diet and stuff. So it's obvious, right? I mean, if you want to lose weight and you have less fat left in your body is gonna keep it more dear to its heart. It's not gonna let it go just like that. So as far you go in your weight loss program, the more you go, the tougher it gets. But that doesn't mean that it gets really undoable or something. It's not impossible. You just gotta have a track to monitor it. So that's my little advice for today, and I hope you liked it. It's a practical thing. Just go give it a try if you haven't tried it, and it works magic. Okay, it's a practical magic. All right. So I hope you liked the video. Leave it a thumbs up if you liked it. No, thumbs down, and please do subscribe to my channel. That encourages me beyond anything. And watch your diet. Okay. Have a nice time, folks. Ciao.